Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGenEd. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts and going over some data. And then I also wanted to take a quick look at SoundHound AI, just do a follow-up from last night's ticker request live, dived into some unusual whales data there, so pretty interesting to follow up on that. And then also we'll be taking a look over at BigBear AI, ticker symbol BBAI. Talking about SoundHound over here, this is ticker symbol SOUN, closed on Friday at a price of $9.74, being up about 2% on the day, but now it looks like in the pre-market down about 5% or about 50 cents, currently trading around $9.26. And so, I have been thinking that this is looking more and more bullish because it didn't come down to $8, which is a level I had talked about. It didn't even come down to the 200-day moving average, which looks like it's currently at a price of $8.26, about $1 lower than current price. We did get a bounce on February 25th. Hitting a low of $8.49, so kind of a tease for anybody hoping that the 200-day moving average would be getting hit, or people like me who are looking for $8 a share. And so from there, following earnings, we did bounce back into this falling wedge that I had previously drawn out, kind of, following this little bouncing doodle that I have there, but although not going down to $8 a share or, to these levels around 7. And so we are back into that falling wedge, but we are still below the purple line here at 1025, which corresponds with the high from Pi Day from last year. And also that does look like bigger picture. That is kind of the neckline or the brim of this cup and handle formation here. Did get a breakout, now effectively a retest with a fake out break below. I think that this still has some potential to the upside. I would just like to see some closes above 1025 there. And I also do have this white line here marked at 1040. I think 1025 is probably a more significant level. I should note, though, that the 21-day moving average is here at a price of around 1152. But not to get into the 10-minute time frame because I don't think that's necessarily that important. I really just wanted to look over at the data from unusual whales. So over here from the flow feed, I am just going to, adjust the time frame to be limited to March 7th. I am going to adjust the premium just above Ed's head there to be $100,000. And then I am going to adjust the ticker to be restricted to SoundHound AI because this was pointed out to me in a comment from the last video that there was a pretty big buy order, actually two of them, for the $11 strike call that expires on July 18th. And so it looks like the first one that was purchased at 10:24 a.m. on the 7th, so on Friday, that first order was around $165,000. And then the second order was purchased around 105, right around 106, 6 seconds before, and on Friday, 1 in the afternoon, and that was an order of $1.33 million. So pretty big order there. Both of these do look like they were on the bullish side, so that suggests that these contracts were bought, or this contract was bought at both of these times. And so I can click on that contract just to get the details. And because this is the same contract, it doesn't matter which one I click on. It will pull up the data for both of them. And to dive into this, I'm just going to have Ed step out of the way there, so he's not blocking the data, which we will go over. And then I'm just going to adjust this to be 1 day, so we see that for Friday. With that smaller buy here, that looks like a candle premium actually over here of 1.6 million. Sorry, 1.6 million for the daily premium. But this candle here, it looks like that was a candle premium of over $1 million. But the order that stood out that was above 100,000, that looks like it was just one order within this time span. So overall, over $1 million in this, 5-minute time span. If I just do 1 minute, we can see that candle premium there for that 1 minute was, yeah, let's see, that candle premium. Let's see, I can't zoom in on it. Let's see. Yeah, it's still the same. So I'm just going to switch this back over to the 10-minute time frame. But anyways, I don't want to be spending too much time on this. You can just see the spikes in the premium, the net call premium going up there. That does suggest buying. And what we see, this is very interesting. While this data suggests buying, what we see here is that the open interest was 32,000 on Friday. We had a volume of 18,000, but we actually saw the open interest go down by about 8,000 contracts, going from around 32 to 24,000. And so what that makes me think is that this was somebody, perhaps this whale, who is like the open interest being actually, let's see. Thinking about this, since open interest went down, that's making me think. I was thinking, well, maybe this is somebody selling covered calls, but selling covered calls would mean that the net call premium was going down. They're selling to open these covered calls, which is just a hedge on shares that this person or this entity already owns. But since we're seeing that the net call premium is going up, whereas the open interest is going down, that makes me think that this is not selling covered calls, which would be opening, so open interest would go up. This is just selling calls that were already open. So with open interest going down from 32,000 to 24,000, that makes me think that this is somewhat bearish, with, let's see, about a quarter of that open interest dropping down, and that total premium on Friday representing $3.6 million. That does look to be a little bit bearish with SoundHound AI. So thinking about that and coming back to the charts, I do think that we could be seeing a test of that 200-day moving average, which is at a price of $8.26. I do think that we could be heading back down to test $8 a share, and maybe we come down to, it looks like, this 100% Fibonacci extension right around 7, which would also correspond with this light blue uptrend based on these two lows, one being the low from February 6th of last year, being around $1.62, as well as the low from August 5th when markets gapped down. So two pretty pivotal levels there. And that would be coming down to around 7. So while I was thinking this is looking pretty bullish, the unusual whales data does suggest that the bulls are taking some risk off the table, selling some calls, and that this could be coming down to 8, if not 7. And 7 would be the level that I would think to really be getting excited about. But anyway, switching over to BigBear AI, that is ticker symbol BBAI. Current price or closing price from Friday was $3.34, being down 20%. Got this big gap down following their, what I guess was disappointing earnings on the 6th. We see this gap down here. And so what I am looking for with BigBear AI, as it is trading down by about 6% in the pre-market, right around 313, 314, I do coincidentally have this 786 level mark there at 313.7, right around where we're currently trading at in the pre-market. If I do flip over to the 10-minute time frame, we are down to that 786 level there. So pretty interesting. Although it did look like, in the trading on Friday, we did dip down to $3.13, got a little bit of a bounce, floated up and maintained that into the after hours trading on Friday. But we did get a little bit of a gap down, and since then it's just been selling off, returning to that 786 level. So I find that to be really interesting. But what I see and what I am trying to do, I do have a long dated call, just one that expires in January, no big deal. I believe my strike for that is 10, but I may be mistaken. I'm not really sure. And I do have a couple shares, share price. I don't know. Actually, I think I have more than a couple shares. I have a couple shares of SoundHound, but for BigBear AI, I think I have maybe 5 shares probably around this range. Not really looking to dip buy around here. I just want to see how it trades around $3.13-14, see if it respects that 786. But what I see with this one is that 200-day moving average around $2.57. Looks like it's at $2.56.9. Got to have fun with that 69 there. And if you're just wanting that precise level, that is where it is at. And so I think that it could be fading lower, could be dancing around the 786 here, maybe testing $3. And so maybe $3 would be a nice level to accumulate, see how it responds to that 200-day moving average, and if we do start to form a bottom. But I think that right now it's really just about time, and that it could be hanging out around here before it really starts to form a bottom and start to move higher. So that is what I am looking for with BigBear AI, is just time, seeing how this plays out and seeing if it does form a bottom between the current price and around 250. I think that $3 would be a nice level to be accumulating some more, but doing that in a passive, not so aggressive way, as we do start to form a bottom. But anyways, that's just kind of my overview with all of those. I'm just going to throw this up and bring Ed back. If you did find that helpful, me sharing my thoughts, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching. And